Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing. We're glad in it. Today is Thursday, and I'm super excited about today's discussion on the show. If you're just coming on, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston, my squad. We're live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta, and you are watching the Ramonepreston Show. Welcome to the show. I want to say thank you to all of you that have already reached out to us for our special offer on our upcoming holding company workshop this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm super excited about educating you and really helping you set the trajectory for your own personal, professional, and financial success. Congratulations to all of you who have reached out to us. You have signed up for our upcoming holding company workshop. You have been onboarded to our online course and have access to our startup kit. Congratulations to you. And I want to say thank you just to all of you that continue to watch the Ramonepreston Show. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. I take time out of my day every Monday through Friday to show up here live to give you the game, to share information with you that I know you can use to start and structure and at some point scale any business. For those of you that are in ministry, you can do the same thing. Your income streams, you want to scale them. The information that I share with you is what you can use to make that happen. Now, what qualifies me? Well, number one, the information that I share with you, I use myself. I had to really check a troll yesterday that made a comment on one of my videos about, y'all be careful of this guy. Beware of the scammer because all he's doing is teaching you to do what he hasn't done. So basically what this troll was saying was, I'm no different than all the other scammers on the internet who are actually creating a business by selling you tips and tools and strategies and information on how to do something I've never done. When the truth is, he's an idiot. He's miserable to even make a statement like that because he don't even know me. Bruh, you don't even know who I am. You don't even know where I come from or what I'm doing. If you would have fact checked me and Googled the name Ramonepreston, what you would have found out and what he would have found out and what people will find out is that, number one, my wife and I, we have been full-time entrepreneurs and ministers for the last 20 years. And I have built a business enterprise and a ministry organization, both of which are successful. And up until 2019, when I launched Ramonepreston University, which is the online educational training platform that houses my educational courses, houses my coaching programs, up until 2019, for the first 16 years, my wife and I did business and we operated as full-time entrepreneurs. We didn't teach no classes. We didn't have no courses available. We were providing consulting services to real business owners, to real people, and we were doing the real gritty, grimy work as business and real estate consultants, and we served a lot of clients the first 16 years. So in 2019, I launched Ramonepreston University because after years of business consulting, after years of real estate consulting, my wife and I, we realized that we could make a greater impact, not just within our community, but we could make a greater impact in the marketplace if we took all the intellectual assets that we had from our experience working with millionaires, working with real estate developers, associations, working with landlords, and working with those who are purchasing properties for themselves, because it was so many different industries tied into real estate. My wife and I realized that we could make a greater impact if we provided coaching services and educational programs to complement what we did as business consultants. So don't get it twisted. What I provide for you as a coach in my coaching programs and what I provide for my students in my educational programs, they are direct extensions of what I do as a business consultant, what I've done for 20 years. And for the first 16 years, my wife and I were able to do it successfully. So with that being said, I want to encourage all of you, if you are entrepreneurs or if you have the entrepreneurial tendencies, you feel like God done gave you some calling, some assignment, some mission to start a business or start some type of entity and organization, and you feel like you're supposed to grow it, you feel like you're supposed to be a millionaire, you want to be financially free. I'm telling you, the principles and the concepts that I teach just with regarding the holding company are principles and concepts that could set you up for substantial success. I've done it myself. The main ingredient that I have used to build a successful 7-figure organizational enterprise and growing, the main ingredient is the ingredient of the holding company concept. So I know a lot of you, if you've Googled and YouTubed and searched the internet a little bit, you may have heard about holding companies. Some people have their own opinions about holding companies. And there are people who are entrepreneurs and business owners who feel like it ain't even no need for a holding company. Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But trust me when I say this, if you intend on being a millionaire, if you intend on building wealth, if you intend on getting filthy rich, I'm not talking about making a couple $100,000 and being comfortable, paying off a little debt, put a couple dollars up, ball and shot call in your little community. If you plan on really getting financially free and being a millionaire and building a multi-million-dollar organization or enterprise and getting wealthy, I'm talking about filthy rich. If you plan on going that direction, learning about the holding company is going to be the difference between you just thinking you gonna do it and actually doing it. I can guarantee you this. You know why? Because most of the wealthy companies, most of these wealthy entities that you see operating today, not just in the United States of America, but around the world, most of these entities and companies are holding companies. All right. Now, I teach a little bit about this in my holding company course with regard to like some of the most popular holding companies. But all you got to do is just type in Google how many holding companies exist in America. What are the top 10 or top 20 holding companies in America? And guess what you're going to find out? Citigroup is a holding company. A lot of these insurance companies are holding companies. Bank of America is a holding company. Johnson & Johnson is a holding company. Kroger, Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon, Walton Enterprises that owns Walmart. Most of these major wealthy institutions are holding companies. And under them, they have divisions and subsidiaries. As a matter of fact, companies like Dunkin' Donuts and Walmart use the holding company concept because they have subsidiaries where they diversify their assets, not outside of their ecosystem. They diversify their assets within their ecosystem. So when you take the holding company concept on a small business level, on a solopreneur, I'm just getting started out here in these marketplace streets building a business. If you take the concept of a holding company and apply it to your business on the solopreneur small business level, what happens is you put yourself in a position to start expanding and growing, and you're able to now utilize certain principles and practices that the major companies use that gives them the flexibility and the freedom to grow exponentially. In other words, your tax situation gonna be different. Your asset accumulation gonna be different. Your business activities are gonna be different. Your enterprise value is gonna be different. All this sophisticated bougie stuff can actually work for you on a small level. I'm a living example of what you can do when you have the knowledge about these principles and practices. And like I said, my wife and I, when we started 20 years ago as a two-person real estate team, we didn't have what we have today, but guess what? We had access to these circles because we were in real estate. That's how I got introduced to this whole holding company concept. And I started seeing how these developers and these REITs, these real estate investment trusts, and these groups of people who were buying properties, I saw how they were operating. And when I started digging into what their organizational operational procedures were, I realized that, oh, they got stuff going on that, you know, the small business owner, the local entrepreneur don't know nothing about. And because I did my due diligence, I self-educated, I took my money, my time, my resources to learn these things and to build an infrastructure. What I'm saying to you, I know works. It's working for me. It's working for students that I've worked with for years. It's working with clients that I've worked with for years. And guess what? It should work for you, especially with the times that we're in today. Hey, y'all, I don't know where you at, but let me tell you something. Today's world is different than the world 3 years ago. Okay, a lot of people still trying to do business like we in a pre-pandemic world. You ain't in no doggone pre-pandemic world. The world ain't never been back to where it was before March of 2020, and it ain't going back. All right, we're in the middle of the digitization of society, and all you entrepreneurs and go-getters and hustlers and grinders and small business owners that want to figure out how can you start expanding your enterprise and how can you start leveraging your assets and how you can start finding more freedom and flexibility to grow. I'm telling you, if you learn concepts like this holding company concept, it's going to give you that runway that you need so that you can do something special within the next 2-3 years while other people are going out of business, while other people are falling off, while other people are giving up, while other entrepreneurs are feeling like, you know what, I can't get no loan, I can't get no working capital, I can't get no funding. You can use these sophisticated, creative strategies and you can self-fund the things that you want to do. If I'm talking some real talk today, I need you to holler at your boy. Don't leave me out here hanging. So for all of you that are interested in learning more about holding companies, if you know that this is a concept that you've been doing a little research on, you've been hearing a lot of people talk about, listen, I'm giving you access to all this information. And so today on the show, because we're 2 days away from my holding company workshop, this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm hosting a one-day live event. It's a holding company workshop. In-person tickets have been sold out, but we still have virtual VIP tickets available. All you have to do from your phone or from the comfort of your home or wherever you are, all you have to do is get access to the private link, show up at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We're going to have a digital workbook available for you, and we're going to go through a one-day deep dive, and it's going to be amazing. And with this offer that my team and I have extended for the past 2 weeks, not only am I giving you a VIP ticket to my workshop this Saturday, but I'm also giving you 1 year access to my holding company course. I have an entire course just on the holding company, dozens and dozens of video lessons teaching you all the ins and outs on how to start and structure holding companies, how to file and form your paperwork. Inside that course, I have a startup kit. I've got an operating agreement. I've got other forms and documents that you need depending on you being a coach or a consultant. Maybe you have assets that you want to transfer under your holding company. Maybe you got existing LLCs that you want to move under the umbrella of your parent organization. I have walkthrough video tutorials. So we're going to extend this offer today. And again, Saturday is the live event. So this offer is not going to continue to go on, especially because the event is this Saturday. So it's a $97 offer. We're extending that for $97, a VIP ticket, and 1 year access to my course and my startup kit. So one of the common questions I've been getting for the past 2 weeks since we've really ramped up and beefed up our marketing and our promotion of this workshop, one of the common questions that I've been getting is, what will I learn during the holding company workshop? That's one of the most common questions I've been getting. Ramon, you talking all this talk, bruh, on the internet. What exactly are you going to be teaching me if I spend $97 to come to your workshop? Well, first of all, you spend $97 to come to a one-day workshop. Please understand, if you go to my website right now, ramonepreston.com/event, and go to my events page, this holding company workshop is $497. And you might be thinking, $497 to come to a one-day event? That's cheap. I've spent thousands of dollars to go to one-day events. As a matter of fact, this holding company workshop is one of the 6 workshops that I host every year, because I provide 6 workshops to my coaching clients who are in my one-year millionaire mentorship program. So there are going to be people attending this event in person and virtual who have paid thousands of dollars to be in my mentorship program. They are clients of my coaching program, and they pay thousands of dollars to show up. They pay more than $497 to show up. But for a random person to come into our ecosystem and to join our workshop, it's $497. This course here, the holding company course and startup kit, if you go to RamoneprestonUniversity.com, this course and startup kit is $497. So this offer that I've been extending, which is a total of $994 for these 2, is only $97. Like, how you gonna lose even if you don't show up to the event? You still get 1-year access to the course, to the startup kit. You get access to all the documents and forms. Like, I've had people to just get on this course, and within a couple days, they start their own holding companies. They form their own subsidiaries. They draft their own operating agreements, because I make it simple for you. So for those of you that are interested, you know, today may be the last day, because tomorrow we're going to be prepping up. We're actually starting to prep up today for the live event this Saturday, because we're going to have people in person, and we're going to have a lot of people who are going to be joining us live virtually. And so we want to make sure that we get all of you in. So if you text the word VIP to 678-276-8253, you should see the number behind me. You text VIP to 678-276-8253. We'll reach back out to you. We'll confirm that you want to take us up on this $97 offer for this $994 package, and we will process the $97 payment. We could process it over the phone, or if you're just uncomfortable, like some people are sometimes, we can send you an invoice through our QuickBooks system. Our administrative accountant will send you that information. You can pay on your end. Once we get confirmation that the $97 is paid, whether over the phone or through a digital invoice, we're going to immediately onboard you. You'll get instant access to this course and kit. You'll get a welcome email from Ramone Preston University. You'll be able to log in with your email and your own password. You'll see this program on your dashboard, and you're also going to get a RSVP confirmation email for your VIP ticket virtually. That happens within a 5 to 10 minute window. Does the registration include access to the resources to set up a holding company? Yes, it does. The registration, the $97, includes the VIP ticket to the event this Saturday, right? But it also includes the course and the startup kit. So inside of my holding company course, of course, you're going to get all the video lessons that I teach you all the ins and outs of it. But inside of the course, I have a startup kit. And for the startup kit, I have walkthrough video tutorials to make sure that if you're starting a holding company, I'm showing you how to actually obtain your EIN and how to make sure that it is specified for a holding company. Let's say if you're doing your EIN for your LLC. We want to make sure the language is for the holding company. And then I show you how to go to your Secretary of State, how to obtain your articles of organization for your LLC, holding company, and how to use the language so that it can be designated as a holding company so that you can go open up a bank account. And I have an operating agreement in here. So your operating agreement is already in there. And I show you how to go back to get an EIN and articles for a subsidiary. If you have other LLCs you want to open up under the holding company. See, a lot of people, they start businesses, but they own them. Like one person owns 3 or 4 businesses. That's not the concept I'm teaching. You own one business and you have all those other businesses under your business, because at some point you're going to take that holding company and you're going to transfer the ownership of that holding company to a trust. Anyway, if you're building wealth, at some point that holding company is going to be owned by a trust and you're going to own the trust. But the concept of that works when you own the holding company and your holding company owns other companies. So once you learn the concept, it's easy to do it with a trust because you get it, you understand it. But these are things that you have to become familiar with and learn. So yes, sir, that question on IG, it all comes inside of that course with the offer. So again, if you want to take me up on that offer, just text VIP to 678-276-8253. So back to the question, Ramon, what am I going to learn, bruh, if I show up this Saturday and you running your mouth for a whole day? Well, I'm going to just show you 5 main things you're going to learn this Saturday. Like literally, I've had this happen so many times, right? I've had people show up to my holding company workshop with their laptop in person and even virtual. And throughout the workshop sessions, they do everything they need to do to start their holding company LLCs. Like I've literally had clients who have come to our workshops, and by the end of the workshop, they have had their EINs, their articles of organization filed, and they've drafted their operating agreements, and they've gotten any questions that they had answered in that one day. It's a game changer, all right? So here are some things that you're going to definitely learn just this Saturday. And keep in mind, everything that I'm talking about here, I have courses on it. So it's not like what I'm saying is not working, all right? He says, I'm in, I'll text the number shortly. Hey, I appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you live, man, this Saturday, okay? Appreciate you so much. All right, so let's talk about some of the 5 main points that I'm gonna share with y'all this Saturday. The first thing we're gonna do, like within the first hour of the holding company workshop this Saturday, I'm gonna literally show you how to file and form your paperwork for a holding company LLC and for an operating company LLC. File and form. That means I'm gonna show you when you go to get your EIN number and you fill out the online SS4 form, I'm gonna show you what information you need to put into the section to specify that this LLC, single member or multi-member LLC that you are starting or getting an EIN number for, that it is designated or categorized as a holding company, because there's no holding company categorization in that SS4 form. I've done enough of them to know. All right. I'm going to show you what language you need to use when you go to your Secretary of State to submit the paperwork for the articles of organization for your holding company LLC as well. Some state portals, they don't have a category for holding companies, or in other words, the more sophisticated way of saying it is they don't have a NAICS code designation. Some states do. When they don't, they either have an optional provision somewhere you can put that information, or if they don't have it there, I'm gonna show you to just put it in your operating agreement that this LLC is designated as a holding company. Okay, so we're gonna show you how to file and form your paperwork. I'm gonna also take time in the first session of this workshop to show you how to start it and structure it, meaning that once you file and form the paperwork, okay? Once you file and form the paperwork and you have your holding company LLC, let's say, and let's say you have 1 or 2 or 3 operating companies LLC, there still needs to be a functional flow. There needs to be some synchronization with these 3 or 4 different entities. Because I work with a lot of clients. Remember, I'm not just some online person trying to sell a course. I mean, some people think that, and it's cool to think that, but just look at my track record. I'm not just trying to sell a coaching program. Truth is, I don't even hardly like coaching people no more because I'm a business consultant. My wife and I, we've made way more money consulting professional people who ain't around here playing games. They building real businesses and doing real things, especially in real estate. So I just want to throw that out there again, just because sometimes people listen to me and other people on the internet and they get it twisted. I got real professionals that I work with. I got real colleagues, real lawyers and CPAs and tax strategists that I work with, real business lenders and bankers, people who do stuff on an up and up level. Okay. Even though I'm from the hood and I can get a little ghetto, I ain't stupid now. I know my stuff. So my point is, once you file and form your paperwork and you have the basic legal structure set up, now you need to think about, how do I create a functional flow? Otherwise, you just got 4 or 5 different operating agreements, 4 or 5 different EINs, 4 or 5 pieces of paper from the Secretary of State, 4 or 5 bank accounts, but you still don't know what you're doing because you don't understand what was the purpose of you even creating this complex infrastructure. So this is where I deep dive to show you how to integrate the right systems and processes into this, because you still have to have some type of sales system and process, marketing system and process, financial system and process, operational system and process. See, I'm talking about building a real business. Now, you could go around the corner in the internet and find somebody who's going to show you a shortcut, and they can scam you into believing there's another way around building a real business. But I'm telling you, if you're going to build a real business, even if you have the holding company structure where you have a parent company, you have divisions and subsidiaries, you have to have systems and processes. You have to have sales, marketing, financial, operational, and really as the owner of this entity, you should have some type of executive system. So that means there needs to be an infrastructure built, systems and processes integrated into it so that this multiple structure organization that you put together, it has a functional flow. There's a symbiotic flow. It feels like it's one entity and you ain't around here confused and scattered because you don't know if you coming or going. So we're going to cover that in this holding company workshop. Another very important thing that we're going to cover, I'm going to take about an hour to just talk about asset management. A lot of people who have multiple companies, especially small business owners and entrepreneurs, they don't see themselves as asset managers. One reason is because they don't have their businesses structured for asset management to make sense. So let me give you an example. I don't have a whole lot of room, but let me just see if I could give you an example. Let me move that out the way. So if you're here and you own a business, and then you're here and you own another business, and then you're here and then you own another business. Let's just say hypothetically, in this example, you own 3 businesses and you are the owner. Your name is on the LLC, articles of organization. You own these 3 entities. Well, number one, you've already violated the principles and concepts of a holding company, because your structure should not look like this. Your structure should look like this. You are at the top, you have the parent company, and then with the same 3 entities, it's set up like that. That's the right way for it to look. You get what I'm saying? So just having that structure alone, as opposed to that with the same 3 businesses, you essentially put yourself in a position to become an asset manager. Because your holding company becomes the asset manager of these 2, and you're actually the asset manager, pulling the strings through the holding company. Everything is passing up to the holding company, through the holding company to you, as opposed to you trying to have 3 businesses that you own. You don't know which business to market. See, this structure plays into how you brand yourself and how you market yourself. That's another segment that I'm going to be teaching to show you why this one is so important. I'm going to also show you about 25 to 30 different assets that you can identify with that you might not even see as assets, and how to take those assets, integrate them into this ecosystem in such a way that you increase the enterprise value of your business. See, this is why I said you have to learn how to operate a business structure like this in a way that you become the bank. You like your ecosystem becomes the bank to self-fund all the things that you want to do with this organization. What do you mean self-fund? Well, you're self-funding because you're creating a symbiotic relationship within your organization, but it makes it easier. It makes it easier for you to quantify those assets, meaning that it makes it easier for you to put a dollar amount to what those assets are worth and how those assets can go out into the marketplace and actually monetize to make this organization more money. So we're going to be talking about asset management. We're going to also talk, I'm going to talk a little bit about creative tax strategies, just to show you that a holding company really helps to minimize your taxes and maximize your profits when you understand financial systems. Like, you have to be able to understand money in a way that you know what to do with it when you are making it, and know how to allocate it under this parent company so that you can keep expanding and kicking that tax can down the road so that you can continue to expand as an organization. I'm also going to show you my SMS matrix. I have a concept that I've created. It's called the SMS matrix. And it's basically an acronym for structure, marketing, and sales, because I believe if you have a holding company, it should become the top of your funnel. And there are certain services that you might have to run through your holding company initially so that you can go out into the marketplace, get some attention, have the highest value with that attention you get, and have services that are top tier services that bring people back into your ecosystem, even though you may have other subsidiaries that sell products, provide services, but that will be separate from those top tier services, because you want to make sure you're branding yourself right, you're marketing yourself right, and you're getting the highest value when you do it. So if you're lost with some of the stuff I'm saying, it only means that you just need to come to the workshop. You need to get educated on this stuff. You need to see how it all works. I can talk about it like I am because I've done it. And these are concepts and principles that I've created for myself. It's worked for me. I've worked with other clients as a consultant. I have a lot of people who are in my coaching program today. I have students who are in my university training program called the Millionaire Blueprint. And they're learning these same concepts and principles. And I'm hearing success stories of how it's changing their business activities and increasing their revenue and giving them the leverage and the flexibility and freedom they need to continue to grow. So again, this is like one of the final offers before registration closes. Again, we don't have any in-person seats available. We're all sold out with our in-person seats, but if you still want to take me up on this offer, we have virtual VIP tickets available, and you can still join us live. You'll still get a private link. You'll get access to a digital workbook so that you can track and follow along with me all day Saturday. You're going to be able to ask questions virtually, so I will be able to answer those questions as well. And we're going to give you 1 year access to my holding company course and startup kit, so that it gives you a year to learn all the ins and outs, to dial in on these concepts and principles, and it gives you enough wiggle room for a year to put them to practice, okay? So I would love to hear from you if you want to take me up on that offer. This is one VIP ticket to my holding company workshop this Saturday. That's one VIP ticket. This ticket is $497 on my website. 1 year access to my holding company course and startup kit. This program is $497 on my website. So we're not charging you $994. We're offering it to you for $97. You want to take me up on it? You want to learn about these concepts? I promise you, there are already experts that's out here saying the number of millionaires, this is what experts are saying, the smart people. They're saying the number of millionaires will double within the next 3 years. So these big major platforms and institutions that have all these nerds doing financial and economic research, they're saying between 2023 and 2026, the number of millionaires in the United States of America alone will double. So it's going to go from about 22 million to about 44, 45 million. That's what they're projecting. All right. Now, if you do research in other industries, what you will find out is the coaching and the consulting and the online influencer space, that space is projected to double within the next 3 years, easily. I believe that there's a correlation between the number of millionaires and the number of influencers and coaches and educators in the next 3 years. And I also believe that this is going to be a part of this whole wealth transfer that's taken place, because the baby boomer generation, they are retiring by the tens of thousands. They're checking out. They don't want to run their businesses no more. We're talking about like late 60s, 70s, 80s, that generation. They're like, hey, we've done ours. We done got ours. We gonna transfer these assets. But where are those assets being transferred to? It ain't gonna be Uncle John giving nephew Jake his wealth. It ain't gonna be Auntie Boosie giving you 100 grand just because she love you. A lot of this wealth transfer, and studies and research have proven this, a lot of this wealth transfer is going to be B2B. It's going to be from one entity to another. Of course it is, because these entities or these people who own these entities, they don't want to be paying taxes, and they don't want to be hit across their head. So they know it's going to be business transactions that facilitate this transfer. This is one of the reasons why I'm such a big proponent of the holding company concept, because I think small business owners need to be educated on these principles that the Amazon, the Berkshire Hathaways, and the major corporations use. But also, as a small business owner, you need to be positioned in the marketplace with the right infrastructure, so that when your opportunity comes, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. And it could be through business acquisitions. It could be through multiple different things. But trust me, it's happening, y'all. It's happening. And I want you to get in on it. I don't want you to lose it. I don't want you to miss it. And in order for you to get in on it, not to lose it and miss it, you got to get educated. You got to get informed, and you got to know exactly what you need to do. So again, I look forward to hearing from all of you. Just text the word VIP to 678-276-8253 to take me up on this final offer. I love and appreciate all of you that are part of our community. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show today. I'll be back tomorrow. Same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon. If you have any questions, you can still reach out to me at that number, 678-276-8253. Until tomorrow.